In this episode, you'll learn why playing small feels safer than stepping into your greatness. Welcome to Energy Alignment for Entrepreneurs, the podcast helping entrepreneurs be free from anxiety, stress, and tension through balancing emotions and consciousness expansion. Here's 3 things that you'll discover today. Number 1, how power threatens the people around you. Number 2, why you dim your light to keep others comfortable. Number 3, what to do when you're ready to stop apologizing for being gifted. Number 1, how power threatens the people around you. It is a insecurity in others. It is a fear in others. And you need to learn to lead in a way where you do not threaten the people around you. This means that your power is tapered. It is measured, not in a form of people-pleasing, of insecurity, but in the form of compassion. If you feel that someone isn't ready for the depth of what you are, the light that you are, it is your duty not to force the truth upon them. So, that power has to be something that is malleable. Now, you will find and attract the people who need to hear what you have to communicate, or in another form, receive what you have to share. Ultimately, you need to lead with a power and a strength that is gentle yet savage, where if there's an individual who needs that savage extreme, you can deliver it. But if there is another individual who needs a much more compassionate delivery, you can do that. This is a flexibility, a versatility, a vitality that is only in the moment. So we can talk philosophy, but my real challenge for you is to integrate, to act, and to execute upon what I'm sharing here. These are not just concepts. This is a way of living your life that will make everyone around you better. Better in the form of more aware. Better in the form of deeply in tune with themselves. Not better in the form of shallow increasing or self-embezzlement. Now, in your journey, you're going to have resources, right? That's not really what I'm obsessing over right here. Because if you operate from the deeper levels, the shallower things that you need in your life will be given to you. You do not need to worry or stress about paying your bills and things of that nature if you are living with that power. You'll find the work, you'll find the hours, you'll get the increases in wage. You'll learn how to make your income compound so that you can do exactly what you're meant to do in being exactly where you are. But you have to have a extravagant trust and faith, and the only way to create that is to move through power, to live, to act, to choose intentionally to create a life, a perspective, a worldview, a energetic homeostasis of peace, of clarity, of truth. When you do that, it's all written. You're going to have thoughts, you're going to have worries, you're going to have moments where you almost forget how powerful you are. That's okay. That's part of the journey. It's part of it. Why you dim your light. Number 2, why you dim your light to keep others comfortable. See, this is a beautiful second to our first point. And that is, it's a way of not forcing the truth upon them. But when you dim your light, there has to be a different way of communicating it, which is you're not dimming your light out of fear, but you are realizing that, let's just bear with me here on this metaphor. If there is a certain individual and maybe he just had laser eye surgery, you know how after they have that surgery, you have to wear a certain pair of glasses to protect your eyes? It's the same form there. They're wearing those glasses to protect their eyes. You have to understand energetically, intuitively, when someone isn't ready for the truth. Because if they're not ready for it, you're wasting yourself by communicating what they're not ready for. The beautiful part about you being who you are is that you can feel when to do what. You can feel and sense who to be what with. You can understand that there are going to be certain people who just don't have the ears for truth. In their eye, they still have a speck in their eye. Certain people are going to be ready for you to help. And you're not really helping, but you are being an instrument for them helping themselves. Okay. Certain people are going to be ready to remove the speck in their eye. Others are going to be totally unaware that they have a speck and they're going to think that you have a speck in your eye. Right? You got to step back. You got to be aware. They're not ready for it. That's okay. Because very practically, you want to pour into those who show you the enthusiasm. You want to pour into those, double down when you can feel that they're ready to receive, that they're open, that they're locked in, that they are listening intently with all their being to every word that you say. That's when you don't dim your light. But the truth is right now that not every person you come across is at that point in their journey, holistically. So with your awareness, with your compassion, your love, you can sense, all right, I'm not going to dim my light, but I am going to keep my light within for me and for this other person, because that is what is necessary for this time, this moment, this circumstance or situation. Now, you cannot, out of fear or insecurity, not say what you know you need to say. This happens a lot in intimate relationships. Two people complacent and comfortable being miserable together. No good. And I can share this with you because, oh boy, did I just have to be in something like this for years to learn. Oh man, I was very insecure and I was not able to communicate what I needed to communicate in the way that I wanted to communicate it. I was consistently triggered and reacting, and that was such a accelerant. Maybe that's a new word. It accelerated my expansion, the consciousness waking up in this incarnation. It expanded me so much faster than I was ready for, but I was ready for it. It was just tough. And if you resonate with what I'm saying here, you may be in one of those phases right now. I promise you. Take time for yourself to be alone. Sit down, close your eyes, and just breathe. You're going to think. But after 5-10 minutes, you're going to start to notice you're thinking a little less. Then you'll get these slivers 15, 20, 30 minutes in. You'll notice, it could even happen 5 minutes in, you're not thinking anymore. There's something magical there. There's something extremely magical when the identity, me, the I, with all my knowledge, my experience, my past, my future, when that is quiet, when you are no longer thinking in relationship to who you think yourself to be, who you see yourself to be, who you have been programmed to believe you are. You're much more than that. It's just the fact is that not everyone knows that. And that's where we are on this journey. That's where we are at 2025 in humanity. It's totally okay. You know, Hitler was not a mistake. Hitler was on this universe for a reason. So every single thing that happens in this world, there is meaning behind it. The meaning, the point is, it's for you. It's for you to deepen the way that you see. It's for you to notice that you are very much this identity, but you are also so much deeper than the thinking that revolves. So, point number 3, what to do when you're ready to stop apologizing for being gifted. Hey, you do not want to walk around with this idea that you are gifted. It turns into an arrogance extremely fast. So I'm going to be honest with you. That doesn't mean you're not gifted. That what I just said just means that you need to realize you're gifted and every single other person is also gifted. It's not about measuring and comparing and analyzing the difference of your gifts and their gifts. It's not what this is about. It's learning how to work as a team because there are going to be certain things that they need from you and that you need from them. And when you learn to be compassionate and less self obsessed, you will put yourself in the opportunities, you'll find yourself uh, all, all magically or all coincidentally in a beautiful circumstance. That circumstance, it may tire the heck out of your body. It might be a total change to what you're used to. But that circumstance is exactly where you're meant to be. You have to be able to let go of the inner whining, to notice it, to be aware of it, to observe that resistance and realize that, man, the more resistance there is, the probability is that this is really for me. And the deeper, the more powerful that resistance, it is like you need to be so grateful for them because the gratitude will move you through it and allow for you to get the fruit that you need to harvest from it. You won't always be where you are right now. And you have to remember that because sometimes it can feel like where you are right now is forever. But if you're moving in alignment, if you're trusting, if you're taking the time to stretch your body, to exercise, to eat simple food, to meditate, to work hard, to build something that has leverage, if you are doing those things and you are prioritizing clarity, simplicity, compassion, love, friendship, abundance, it is already inevitable that the harvest will be beautiful. You just have to focus one step at a time. You can't obsess over getting to the peak of the mountain. Enjoy when you stumble. Enjoy when you stub your toe on a root. I know, pain, but that pain, it's it's something that when felt, it creates space, and you can notice, oh man, there is something beautiful happening here. And everything begins to emanate in a new manner. So it's okay to feel like you're a little too much, but you have to remind yourself consistently that you are exactly who you need to be and you are exactly where you're meant to be. And you have to surrender and get on your knees and consistently pray. And that prayer, that faith, it has to be in tune with action. You cannot simply pray and hope, because hope is a false sense. You need to know. And this knowing, it cannot be from your mind, it has to be in your heart. Your heart knows. So you need to learn how to decipher what your heart's communicating to you without putting your mind's ink onto that heart truth. Okay? Okay. Recap. The power, it threatens the people around you. So your expansion triggers their contraction. That can be tough. When you grow, it could highlight that they're stuck. Some people would rather drag you down than lift themselves up. You have to have love for those sort of people. You cannot let them turn you into what they are. You need to see your younger self in them and lead in a way where no one has ever led you before. Now, why you dim your light to keep others comfortable? Maybe you learn that being too bright makes you a target. So you play small, you speak quietly, you hide your gifts. You sacrifice your potential for acceptance. That's not necessary. You start to realize that I'd rather not be accepted and be who I really am. If I am to be persecuted for the truth, then so be it. That is so much more beautiful than hiding the truth. and skipping out on the persecution. What to do when you're ready to stop apologizing for being gifted. You own your power without arrogance. That's a big point. Use your gifts without the guilt or without feeling bad that not everyone has this gift because other people have their own gifts. And it really comes down to the fact that your light isn't offensive. It's necessary. Sometimes it can create pain in others, but that pain is necessary. So you have to learn, let the moment guide you. The everyday ruler, it can't be too wrong. Shout out to Outcast. Thank you so much for listening. My one big ask here is share it with one friend, one coworker, one family member. Not all three of them, just one. Thank you so much. Genuinely, I appreciate your time, your energy, and you tuning in. Now, little exciting thing, but I finished the Greek God Physique blueprint. It's still in the works a little bit, but it is ready. It's in production. So you can check that thing out at justinigliskis.com. I put my heart, my spirit into that. It's a decade plus of thousands of hours of everything, all the nuances I've learned through pushing myself to the brink. And then also recovering and learning how to enjoy not always pushing myself to the brink. But the result, 10 to 12%, the Greek God Physique, it can be yours too. It's all in your hands. Check that out down below. Enjoy yourself. We'll speak soon.